Hi guys, I'm Pastor Bob with Bob's Bees here for Florida Flow Hive Beekeepers. Today is an exciting day in Florida. It's June 1st, and we all know what June 1st means. It's the beginning of hurricane season. So today we're going to be talking about hurricane preparedness. So I think it's one of the most important things that we can do here in Florida to make sure that we're caring for our bees and that we're beekeepers and not just bee havers. So I wanted to show you today what I do in hurricane preparedness, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas of how you can get prepared, because we definitely have to be prepared for the storms that are coming. Whether it be a hurricane or just a tropical storm, we will get some heavy storms with lots of wind. So let's make sure that you're ready, especially your new beekeepers, that you're ready for anything that Mother Nature throws at us this summer, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. One of the first things we notice that makes the difference between a flow hive and a traditional hive is their peaked roofs. Most traditional hives have the flat telescoping roofs where you can put a brick on top of it and that'll hold it down for most windstorms. The flow hives, I think all of them have these peaked roofs, and so we need to make sure they get strapped down to your base. And I do that with the ratcheting straps. I'll show you how I put them in. The main thing you want to do in getting prepared, and that's the key word, being prepared, is to put down your stakes. You don't want to have to put down your stakes in the ground before the storm comes. So let me give you a little close-up of my stakes and the ratcheting, and we'll continue from there. One of the first mistakes I made was with the stakes. Mistakes and mistakes. I used the too small of a stake, and as I put it in our sandy soil and I tightened up the ratchet, it pulled it right up out of the ground. So I went with a longer 2-foot stake that you could screw all the way in. Another thing, if you're still having problems with that, is to pour some concrete in there. Main thing you want to do is make sure your stake is firmly in the ground, so when you tighten your ratchets, it's not going to pull up out of the ground. So when the storms hit, it's not going to blow your roof off and disturb your bees. Another quick little tip, thing that I do is I use L brackets, and I screw an L bracket into my foundation here, and then I screw into the bottom board, so that even when you're working your hives, the bottom board, your hive is not going to be moving all around your board on you, so you keep it secure and in place so that the bees don't get confused and you don't drop your hive onto the ground, which I almost did one time. So there's a couple of tips for you. I'll tell you a little bit more in just a minute. And I'm an urban beekeeper here in downtown Clearwater. My backyard fence faces the west, and most of our storms are going to come in from the west, and so I make sure that I brace this fence up with a 4x4. I'll put a 4x4 here and just shore this fence up so the wind doesn't blow it down onto my beehives. One thing you also may want to check out is that there's no tree limbs above your beehives that could be broken off and fall on your hive. So the main thing is to be prepared. Make sure you have the stakes in the ground or a plan for what you're going to do for when the storms come. So I want to thank you for watching. It's a pleasure to be a part of the Florida Flow Hive Beekeepers. Again, this is Pastor Bob from Bob's Bees. Whatever you do, wherever you go, always remember, never forget to be amazing. I'll talk to you soon.